Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Brooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio. BKS1. God bless y'all.
Wake your ass up.
What's good, beautiful people? We are on the Man Cave Morning Show. We are winding up on a Monday morning. Let's shake the rust off, everybody. Shake the rust off. We are back for another week. BKS1 Radio. It's a lot of things popping. But welcome, everybody, to the Man Cave Morning Show. The Monday edition. Alright. We're going to get this thing started, but first and foremost, let's introduce the awesome squad. Alright, to my left.
Okay.
My man 50 Grand. We call him the dude. Welcome to the show, bro. Man came in.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here with Jack here, Mary Jane, Stormy Norman, and Wu the Deacon.
Nobody's supposed to know nobody's names until I do the introduction.
It's the Man Cave. I'm sorry, you're right, correct.
Alright. To the far right, the dude that gets a little rude, especially when he's in a bad mood. We all call him Deacon Wu.
Let's get it, Wu-Tang. It's for the children.
Into the right of me, in the platinum. I don't know what you call that, platinum.
Yep.
It's just platinum.
Platinum 613.
Gold star.
The platinum 613.
Shiny,
off
shimmery.
Of shelf 18.
Yes.
Row number 9.
That's right. That's right. From Mimi's on Central Avenue in East Orange.
Yes, the flamethrower.
Not quite.
The bedazzler.
The flamethrower.
We call her, and we love her. We call her Jackie D. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Wakanda forever.
I am just stormed on the general at your humble service.
She's bottle washer extraordinaire.
It's Monday. Ready to get this thing popping. Yep. What a weekend.
Yes.
What a weekend.
What
So welcome everybody to the Man Cave Morning Show. Let me just shout out everybody right now watching us live on YouTube.
Yep.
Watching us live on Twitter.
Yep.
Boom.
Watching us live on Periscope.
Yep.
Boom.
Watching us live on Ustream.
Boom.
Watching us live on the mother site, WBKS1.com. Listening to us live on that TuneIn app. If you don't have the TuneIn app by now, download it to your phone. It's free. You can listen to BKS or whatever station you like all day long. Right. WBKS1. And shout out, much love to everybody on FB, Facebook Live. Salute to y'all. Let's get this thing started and show some Monday morning love.
Okay.
Some Monday morning love. Let's see the love here. Shout out to good morning, Deborah Holland.
Good morning.
Yes.
Holland.
Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Julius Gray. Garrett Turner on the check-in. Denise Sparrow. Terrence Bellamy. Terrence was good. Kenny Johnson on the check-in. Tony James Filmmaker. What's up, my dude? Salute. Good morning, Carmen. Good morning, Kat Minor. Good morning, Carmen. Rave. I'm gonna learn how to say that name. Don't worry about it. Good morning, Sandy. What's up, baby? Robin Star on the check-in. Hey, Robin. Shout out to DD. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Patricia Shell Givens. Hey, sis. Cass Minor. Anthony Williams. And the list, Barb Glory. The list goes on and on. Dina Frazier. Salute to you all. And good morning. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Laverne Long. Hey, Laverne. We give y'all a round of applause. Now we are here. And you know us. We're gonna do a what if.
What if
this happens to you, or what if you was in this situation?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So it's funny, man. Woo always hit me with the crazy clips.
That's
and
what I do.
We looking at his crazy clip. We didn't found another clip, so we're gonna show y'all that.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna talk about the topic today. What is the topic today, Jay? Let me see if I can find that. No.
You changed it?
Here it goes.
Do we recognize opportunity when it comes, or do we make excuses? Wow.
Do we recognize opportunity when it comes?
That's powerful.
Or do we make excuses?
That's powerful.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we need to.
Because some of y'all wouldn't know opportunity if it smacked you in the dome. I'm just saying.
Right.
Wow. I'm just keeping it 300.
Yeah.
And look,
Right.
today
Rest
I'm
this
not going to
Monday
pull
morning.
no punches. So wherever platform you are listening to us on, share it out to the world. Share it, hit the share button, whatever. There's going to be some information today.
Yes.
We're going to have some real talk today.
Real talk.
On the Man Cave Morning Show.
Yes.
All right?
Yep.
So now, and how you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm glad to be here, sir.
Great set last night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, great set.
Thank you.
Great set. You got to check him out, the Dude Show. He plays classic slow jams. He does his thing, man. Yeah, he does his thing.
He does. I've watched it. It's
No doubt.
an amazing
So now,
show.
y'all ready for this clip? Let me
Yep.
see if I got it. Make sure I didn't delete it and discuss. So,
You said delete it and discuss.
set this clip up for us, bro, and just tell us what we're about to see and what's going on here, because this came from you. Shout out to everybody sharing out right now.
You are about to see a beautiful young lady get assaulted in the lobby of a hospital where she was seeking treatment.
Say what? Say what again?
I said you're about to see a young lady get assaulted in the hospital while she's waiting for treatment.
Damn it, man. All right, I'm gonna run the clip.
You tell me what you think.
Isn't anything? Yeah, I'm saying. Isn't anything
You tell me what part of the
sacred?
game this is.
So, my sister here, she has a situation. They have to put her in the hospital. She should feel comfortable,
And safe.
taken care of, and everything. You shouldn't have to deal with anything like this. Watch this clip. We're gonna run it. Man Cave Morning Show. Tell the world we here, baby.
I cannot.
What is on there? Did it bust? You said what? I want to know what is on the menu today. Girl, you not going to here.
To get care.
This is a hospital. So, wow. This is what we dealing with. 2018. And what
I've never seen the shenanigans like that. Those
in the
are
hospital,
complete
there to
shenanigans.
get treatment, got IVs hooked up in your arm. So evidently, I guess maybe she was in a disagreement or argument or a dispute or something before she went in the hospital, and then somebody basically came there, to finish it.
And they videotaped it. That's the thing. They were actually someone was videotaping it because they already knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, and they want to show whoever this is what I did. And making a little name for themselves or whatever. I hope they got locked up. I hope they got arrested. But now, it ain't over. Here's what happened to a woman just coming in to a hospital to get service or to find out something. She's talking to the receptionist, the nurse or whatever. And this happens, and y'all may have seen this, but this happens. Check out the clip, and we're going to talk about it. We want to know your honest opinion on the Man Cave Morning Show. Here we go. So again, this is a hospital. And they're dealing with this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like, Woo, what does that speak to you?
What clip are we referring to?
You can take the first one and then we can talk about the second one.
The first clip, there was a young lady in the hospital. She had an IV in her arm, and it looked like two of her friends or two of her acquaintances grabbed the IV, punched her and attacked her while she was in the hospital. Now, a lot of times I get feedback about some of the things that I say over the air, whether I'm promoting violence, whether I'm being responsible. I'm going to talk to you about what I see. I don't know where we are as a country, and I don't know what's going on with our children, that this type of behavior, this barbaric, demonic behavior is accepted and tolerated. Now, I know that I'm an old man, so I'm going to speak from an OG position. That's a sucker move.
Very much so.
That's a punk.
Yeah.
Back in my day, when you had a disagreement, you squared up. How dare you go to a hospital and attack someone and pull the IV out of their arm? It's shocking. I'm bereft of words. And I will tell you, had that been a member of my family, I would seek retribution. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it at that. I don't know why some parts of our country are becoming so punkish, so soft. Like if you have a disagreement, you meet that person, square up eye to eye, and shoot a fair, not jump somebody and then film it. I think those children should be locked up, prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And certainly in my family, we don't. All right, I'm gonna be quiet now. I ain't gonna incriminate myself, but that type of behavior from young people, I'm not impressed in the least. You can say I'm a grumpy old man. You're a bunch of punks.
I totally agree.
You're a bunch of punks, and you need your ass whooped.
I agree.
Straight, no question about it. Forget all this political correctness. These young children are going down a path that they're not going to be able to come back from. I'm just telling you.
Different era. Living
totally,
in a different
totally
era.
different.
Bruh, I don't
Totally
respect.
different.
I don't respect y'all. I said it. I don't respect your culture. I don't respect how you do stuff. I don't.
And before we go into the story, the second one about the hospital, let me see if I can give y'all some full insight on what was going down. Or did I lose it? Or I might have lost it, but I'll get it back. Y'all know me.
Okay, so the first incident with the young lady in the hospital, they went there with ill intent.
Definitely.
Because if you it was only like a couple of seconds of the clip, but why are you videotaping what's about to happen? So you went there with premeditative motives. You went there with the intent to cause physical body harm to this young lady, right? She's in a hospital bed. She has an IV in her arm. The girl tried to yank the IV out of her arm. What was the yellow stuff? Was that mustard or something she squirted on her?
I thought it was an egg.
Mustard.
What's the point of that? Was she trying to like get it in her eye to discombobulate her or something so they could attack her? I just don't understand. And where was security?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you hear all of this flopping around of lunch trays, bedpans. Where was security? What is going on?
The dude is the perfect person to ask about security. How should that have been handled? And should she have been able to get up in the hospital room?
See, here's the thing. All right, you got somebody in the hospital. You're pretending like you're visiting.
Yes.
Right?
Get that, yes.
Like you said, we get that. Pretending that you're visiting. You go out there. Now, in those rooms, they probably close the door. When those doors are closed, you can't hear too much.
Yes, because the doors are heavy.
Because the doors are heavy.
Yes.
Right?
They are. That's true.
So with all that stuff falling over like that.
But the door was open.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was open. I saw it. It was open.
All right, so at some point or another, either you had to think to yourself, this person tried to get up and fall. Something happened where they heard all this sound. Now, how that was supposed to happen was that anytime you see 3 young children or teenagers coming into a hospital unsupervised,
right.
You were supposed to take a walk with them and say, excuse me, where are your parents? Just to show a presence.
Right.
Just to show a presence. But they didn't do that, and the results of that was what we wound up seeing.
All right, so I'm gonna run.
My God,
I'm gonna give y'all the story more so on the second clip.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show y'all that right now. Let me get that ready for y'all. And here we go. Let me make sure y'all can hear what's going on. Okay, getting that ready for y'all. Bear with me.
But while you pulling that, let me just say this, and that's a pure example of why you got young kids out here burning candles, making all kind of murals of people that have been killed. And I'm not saying that all the young people that have been killed shouldn't be honored. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you got these young kids up here doing stupid acts like this.
Yeah.
Stupid acts like this, not thinking this all the way through. And then when it comes back to harm, then you got a parent saying, my child never does anything to anybody.
We don't know what she dealing with, pulling an IV out of her arm.
Yo, exactly.
It could have killed her.
Exactly.
Let me run this up.
Absolutely.
My God, that's all I can say.
Yeah, that's terrible, man.
These kids.
A 19-year-old woman says her life was turned upside down when she went to the hospital for a simple treatment of a jaw injury, and then seemingly out of the blue, someone punched her. Now she's always looking over her shoulder.
She's afraid, she's terrified of going anywhere in public because she doesn't know who's going to sneak up on her, who's watching her.
A teenager going to the hospital and bam, hit right in the face in February.
This trauma she will live with for the rest of her life. She'll never be able to overcome this.
Her attorney filed a lawsuit in circuit court alleging Beaumont's hospital in Dearborn dropped the ball.
In this particular case, it's very obvious that if this person was causing a ruckus, causing a disturbance, he should have, one, been placed under arrest until the police arrived, because the police were on the way.
Police report backs that up, showing hospital security called Dearborn police about this man, John DeLeese. He was walking around harassing patients.
He was accosting other patients. He was going up to other patients and asking for money and asking for cigarettes.
We see the security guard talk with the man who punched the teen. The report said he was there for treatment but was released and told to sit down or leave while he waited for a ride, but he never did. And then this happened.
Most of us, when we go to hospitals, we're probably the weakest point in our life.
Yeah,
we're
that's
sick,
security
we're
guard.
tired, we need help. The last thing we expect is a blow to the head. A blow, and from somebody, from a stranger, a total stranger. There has to be a lesson learned here, that you can't just, in a civilized society, you can't just walk up to someone and out of the blue just punch him.
Knock
him to the ground.
She came to her aid.
It should never be tolerated.
In a statement, Beaumont Hospital said they...
All right. That's crazy, man.
Let's go back.
Woo! That's a lot. You asked the question.
Yeah.
You said, do us here on the piano feel that the hospital is at fault? Where laxed or their security laxed or anything that they did. I don't think that the hospital is at fault, in my opinion.
Why?
And the reason I don't feel that they are at fault was because you can't know what's in the mindset of an individual that has come there to be seen
Truly.
like everybody else. So no one could have known that this psycho was gonna get up and accost this woman, all because she has a hijab on, she's in her Islamic clothing. Nobody would expect that. So the hospital couldn't have known that this guy was going to be a menace. So I don't see where they should be held accountable.
All right, so I'm curious, listeners, do you think this lady has a valid lawsuit against the hospital? Do you think the hospital was liable? All right, and then do you think there was negligence involved? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say this right here. If you really look at it, I understand what Lady J was saying.
Yeah.
What if you really look at it, and this is just looking at it from all of our perspectives.
Yes.
If somebody walked in that door right now into the studio, and none of us knew who they were, and they stand there and they looking straight ahead.
Yeah.
If don't nobody know who they are and we all start looking at each other, I'm not waiting for y'all. He out of here. Because it don't look right.
Okay.
And I use that to make a point. People are too comfortable with thinking that things cannot get turned up real quick.
Yeah.
And that is the problem that I see with this video. Not not so much the security, he was on it.
Yes.
But you could see by the guy's actions, the way he was walking, he was like zoned in.
Yeah.
He was zoned in like he was coming to do something. And that's probably why the security guy got to him so quick.
Well, I think that when you're dealing with someone that's mentally ill, you never know what that person is capable of doing, how fast and move, whatever. I saw him take action and I saw the security guard on him, within seconds. Now, when you're talking about a hospital environment, you're talking about hundreds of people walking past you. Some of them are in states of duress, high, drunk, whatever the case may be. So, if you're doing your job, right, and you're concentrating on answering the telephone or whatever, you're not going to be likely to see. I think that it was handled as quickly as it possibly could have been handled.
Doubt.
I think that when you're dealing with hospitals or open environment, and I want to make another point. See, society is at a place. See, when I was coming up, you were free, you were safe in a church. You were safe in a hospital. You were safe in a movie theater.
You were safe in school.
You were safe in the school. There was no security guards posted up at the movie theater or at the hospital or God forbid, the church. But with the environment that we're in now, and what's being fostered by the leadership at the top, right? This type of negative, demonic, psychic energy is permeating our countries. That's why you got men constantly attacking women, police running wild, running crazy. Listen, if you're over the top of this thing called of America, right? It is your obligation to speak truth to power, speak out against it, right? But when you're speaking to it, when you're advocating violence, that permeates and has an effect. So, as citizens, as an American citizen, you know, it is our opportunity to try to counter the spirit that you're seeing. We are in extremely, dark times. You're not safe at a hospital for a man. Listen. As crazy as that man is, okay? Would he do that to a man? You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's my name is Dawood. I don't got no hijab on, but you could roll up on me like that if you want to.
No doubt.
So hey,
no doubt.
Okay,
first one, shout out to Dorothy Denise.
Yes.
On the check-in.
Okay.
Parents World.
Oh,
all right.
Okay. So I'm gonna read some of the comments. Can you pull them up, sir?
Yes.
I'm gonna read some of the comments because a lot of people are commenting on this. They are basically saying that it is the hospital's fault because she got injured there or she got attacked there. So I'm gonna read some. Okay. So Ciardi said.
Which
I'm sorry. Right. Okay. No, you good.
Cardi.
Ciardi, it's Cardi?
Cardi Franklin.
Okay. I apologize for mispronouncing your name. All right. And in the court of public opinion, the hospital is liable because she did get hurt in that establishment. Period. The end. It's unfortunate, but it did happen there. All right. Now
she has a case.
Ty Ingram said telling him to sit down wasn't enough. He should have been thrown out. They knew he was causing problems from the jump. All right, and there was some other comments up here that I'm going to read as well. Let's see. Rayanne, she said, totally the hospital's fault. He was harassing people before he attacked the lady. They call the police on people a lot when they shouldn't even have been released. Okay, I understand that. So I'm going to say this. The reason I said that I don't feel like the hospital is liable because at the end of the day, yes, some people are what they consider harmless. You can't consider someone you can't say you're harmless, you're not harmless. Right. You understand? You don't know the mindset of an individual. And just because people are in a hospital asking someone, hey, you got $1, you got cigarettes or something like that, does not mean that they are going to attack you. Not every crazy person in their mind attack people. Some people just like to spout off at the mouth, right, and they don't do anything. So I don't feel that they were liable because security was there. He was on it quick. You understand what I'm saying?
He was.
So if he walks up, he had his hands down, so he wasn't in fight mode. He just came up and just swung on her. No one could have seen that coming.
Absolutely.
No one could have seen that coming.
Do I think she'll win? She'll win this case? I don't think so. I think damages probably. You know what I'm saying? Whatever little minor little settlement.
Yeah.
I don't know if she got much of a case because certain things are just unavoidable.
Yeah.
Robin Starr.
Yes, Robin Starr said the hospital is liable. The authorities should have been called to remove him. After all, they are trained to deal with such individuals. Okay.
I'm gonna clap that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that, but listen, if they are in an emergency room and she's intake, let's just say she's intake, she may not be equipped to know the difference between someone who is crazy and someone who's just a little bit crazy. You understand what I'm saying? She's intake. She's there to take in information. Here, sign your name here, have a seat. But what I do know about the hospitals where I live, they have armed security officers during intake at that desk.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you can come there and act crazy if you want to. They got police that come in and out. So I don't understand.
If I may, I belong to a population, African American male, that is never considered harmless. Okay, so when I'm loitering, or any of these brothers that's behind his desk are loitering, right, or whatever, suspicious. Look, we get treated with suspicion when there's nothing to be suspicious about. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
So when you're talking about perceptions, I really do believe that, you know, had he been a man of color, probably before this even popped off, he'd have probably been escorted out or questioned, or you know the old, what are you doing here, and what do you want, and do you have money to buy this, and all the type of things that we go through. The way security officers treat us, the way police officers treat us, the way people just assume that we're guilty.
Yeah.
Right? Not, oh, here you go with the race thing again. A disheveled white man, a thug, and he's a thug, by the way. He's a thug. So media, do me a favor, pull up his records and disparage him and call him a thug and talk about his people just like you do us.
Now, listen, if we find out he got mental illness, is he a thug?
Okay, let me ask you a question. How many of us are in prison right now with black people with mental illness? If there's a story where one of us assaults someone, that question is never asked. Our entire community is castigated, right? They start talking dumb crap about black on black crime, and you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, whatever. So I personally want him to see him as his character assassinated the way my people's character has been assassinated. That's a thug. I don't give a damn. They never say who's mentally ill when they're dealing with us.
So
they don't never say that.
Is assassinating his character going to fix the problem?
Not at all. But the reason that I'm bringing it up is because I'm comparing, and of course it doesn't fix the problem when it happens to us, but it makes light when it's another person. It gives light to the absurdity about how we are treated. So of course I know it's not going to fix the problem, but when you look at how we're covered in the media, no one ever says, is this person mentally ill? Of course, if you shoot up a school and kill a bunch of people and you look a certain way, yes. But when it's one of us, thug, go get him.
I'm going to try to be
go
quick.
Ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm
go ahead.
sorry,
No, you go.
Lady J, I'm going to try to be as quick as I can when I say this. And there is a very simple scripture that says that the last shall be first and the first shall be last. To add to what Wu was saying, what you see happening right now, and everybody's spoken about it. Malcolm X has spoken about it. Farrakhan has spoken about it. Christian pastors have spoken about it.
Okay.
What's happening right now is that when you do certain things all over the world, and you are a predicator of wicked deeds,
Selah,
your wicked deeds will begin to come back and show who you really are by culture, environment, and economics.
Yes, sir.
So, in reference to what I'm about to say, in reference to the guy that attacked the girl, there's something about us culturally that we can spot that from a mile away.
Right.
We can spot it's about to go down. From a mile away. And again, that goes back to being able to understand that when evil has been done so much around you,
you can
sense it.
Right.
You can sense it when it comes in your presence. But if you're comfortable with thinking that, oh no, the soft rock jazz player isn't going to react. Well, if he move in a certain way and he got a guitar, I'm thinking he getting ready to hit the bang a drum.
I'm
thinking he getting ready to bang a drum because of the way he moving.
That's right.
Okay.
That's very true.
And we're gonna let's read some comments.
Okay. Do you think that it has anything to do with how she was dressed? Do you think it has anything?
I think that could have been a trigger for him.
That was a trigger.
I think it could have been a trigger.
If he's mental, how
trigger.
mental is he to know? You understand what I'm saying? That this woman has a hijab on.
Right.
What did she do to you? You understand? So you attacked her clearly based on her appearance.
So
I don't think he's that darn mental.
You know why I don't think he's mental? Because if that was D. Atkins at that table, no way in hell he would have snuck nothing. Nobody. He would have set his ass down or walked away. So how crazy was he?
That's what I'm saying.
If that's me, he ain't sneaking on me. If that's Norm, he ain't stealing on me like that. So it's a trigger where, you know, Islamic woman weakness, that's a predator. So if you're going to say mentally ill, then that means that the person would have attacked anyone, and you know daggone well he wasn't going to sneak D. Atkins. I don't give a damn how crazy he is. He took one look at you and said,
I don't know. I'll get a punch off on it.
That's because you family. You can hook off. You
That might be your only punch too.
I like to eat that.
And I'm quicker than him.
So you want to hit and run?
Yeah, well, you got a longer reach.
I got longer reach.
You got a longer reach. So.
You gonna hit and run? Okay.
Look, I'm all the way over here to the jacket. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
See the contact?
I'm uncomfortable right now. I'm very uncomfortable right now. I'm not very comfortable.
Yes. All right.
And you know what? Just briefly.
And we're going to go to the topic, y'all. We about to go in on this topic.
Yes.
Just want to say one last thing.
Very transparent.
D said something important, which is, this is how we're trained. Your back is not to be towards the door. You understand what I'm saying? You look around. You don't put your back completely to someone. You sat at a side angle before you enter the premises. Listen, before you enter the premises, where are the exits?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? What's the environment? You don't just step haphazardly. That's certainly how I know all of us were raised. Is that culture? Of course it is. Because we know it could go down in any second.
Okay. Yes, I want to read a comment. Deborah Holland said.
You said that earlier. What she said?
Oh, I did. Okay. Deborah Holland said facts that will. However, the hospital is not at fault, even if the hospital was shot. It jumped. I'm sorry. Let's just scroll back. I apologize, guys. When you guys come in with these comments, it jumps. Even if the hospital was shot up and someone got hurt, the hospital will still not be at fault. Only the perpetrator of the actual assault is responsible. I agree. That's no more than me going to McDonald's and somebody follow me in there and try to rob me. I can't blame McDonald's. They ain't got nothing to do with that.
True indeed.
That's
Call
just me.
an ambulance tracer. Try to get you a case.
She also said what you said earlier.
Then Donald Trump. Then Deborah Holland said Donald Trump is responsible for this premeditated act. That's what I said too earlier, sis. Since he's been in office,
he set the climate.
He set the tone.
That's what I'm saying.
He said it.
Right.
And
the
these
climate
people
that we're
are
in now.
using his verbiage and punch him in the face type of attitude, and they are doing exactly that and saying make America great again. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was that jacked up. It's more jacked up now.
Donald Trump's presidency and the atmosphere that he set just reinforces
this negative behavior
and reinforces people thinking that nobody cares about these people anyway.
Right.
Yes.
Say what you want to about
them. Do what you want
to. What you want to them.
Right.
And it's just not the African Americans. We talking Mexicans. Look what happened in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Should I continue?
Yes.
They still ain't right over there. Nope. I'm just saying.
Or Detroit.
I'm just saying.
No
All
doubt.
right, I'm gonna read this by Tony James,
and
filmmaker.
Then we're gonna go into the topic.
He says, "I agree with you, Brother Wu. However, everything that is done and pardoned in white America not be defended by mental illness or the spiritual warfare. Most things are done on behalf of white privilege and supremacy. Okay, the only devils I know are in and races."
Troglodytes.
Thank you. I've never heard that word before.
Troglodytes. Yeah.
Never heard that word before. I learn something new every day when I come here. All right. My dictionary is small. All right. So I'll look that up because I don't know what that means. All right. Deborah Holland said, when was America, I guess America KKK ever great? You right.
I know we gotta move on.
You right.
You right.
Ain't nobody using a mental illness excuse if that's a brother or sister. I'm just telling you.
I was just thinking that.
Then stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Wow.
Right.
Guys, we could talk about that forever.
No
Okay,
doubt.
now, do we recognize opportunity when it comes, or do we make excuses? So we're
turn the music down
transitioning,
on
people.
that.
Come on with us. We're going to the next subject.
We recognize opportunity.
Yes.
When it comes, or do we make excuses? Again, and I said earlier during the show, some people wouldn't recognize opportunity if it smacked them in the jaw. And I say that because I've seen a lot of situations where somebody wanted something so bad. You know, hey, I want to be a rapper. I want to be this. I want to be that.
I want to be a radio host.
Yeah, I want to do this, right? So then God comes along, the universe comes along,
everything
gives them
lines
an
up.
opportunity.
Yes.
It opens a crack in the door where they can slip through that crack to be able to live out their dream or do something that they said they really wanted to do.
Talk about it.
When they see the work that it actually takes to be this that they've been wanting to be for so long, when they see the work and the work ethic you have to have, and that business acumen you have to have, and this and that. When they see these different things, then they go, reality check goes, oh,
that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work I got to put in. So more opportunity starts coming, or whatever. Then they start making excuses. You know what? I can't make it to the office today because I'm sneezing, or I can't make it to the office today because I don't have no gas in my car, or I can't make it to the office today because
my cat died.
My girlfriend's been getting on me, so I got to take her to go see this movie. These are things that just fester and fester and fester, and are the reason why your goals will erode.
Brother,
will fall apart.
You ain't never lied.
And I'm just keeping it 100.
You never lied.
I'm just keeping it, and it's funny because part of this topic today, because of the post I put up earlier.
Yes.
And
which was a great post, by the way.
Great post, man.
Very inspirational. At least I took it from that. I thought it was inspirational. While you get that post, I'm going to speak on that. So this post that Norm put up was amazing, and it said, every day you have to ask yourself how bad you really want it. Excuses is the slow death to progress. And when I saw this, I promise you it struck something in me, and I'm gonna say why it did, because we all have young adult children who we still probably coddle in some type of way. So I have a 25-year-old son. He seems to be the last one who does not want to leave the nest, right? He comes back, he leaves, he come back. Because I am security for him, because he knows he's always going to have a place to stay, because I'm always going to make sure that I keep a roof over my head. So he know that that's security. So I say all that to say, a few years ago, I was working for a New York newspaper, a black-owned New York newspaper. And I met a lot of people through that place that I was working. I met some supermodels, and they were African-American supermodels, okay, who instantly took a liking to my son. My son is very tall. He's very slim, very striking features, right? He looked like me without a wig. So I said, don't do that.
He's gonna let that slide.
He does. He looked like me without a wig. He does. He looked just like his mother.
Monday, General.
He got his eye. He got my eyes. He got my features. He looked just like me, and a little bit of his dad put together. But when people see him, they say he looked just like me. So I put him in touch with some designers. All they wanted him to do was walk and pose. You can't get a better job than that. Know what he said? This ain't for me. I got other stuff I could be doing. Like what? You ain't working. The young people today, you hand them stuff on a silver platter and they don't want it. They immediately want to come out of high school making $26 an hour. I'm sorry, where? I cannot with this generation.
Yeah, just to add on as a person that, you talk about opportunity and excuses. There's two things that I run across where people always say, put me on. One is the security background, and then the other one's the acting.
Yes.
So this is what happens with security, Storm. They'll be like, yo, you need somebody, man? Holla at me. Listen, bro, this is how the security business works. We don't know when we need somebody.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll call and be like, I need an extra dude. If I call you, you got to be ready. You got to be available.
Yes.
We give you time to get there and everything. Yeah, no problem. I call up somebody. Yo, man, listen, bro. They need somebody. Oh, you gonna be there? Nah, I'm not working tonight. Oh, well, yeah, man. I'm not around right now.
Okay, but if you were there, they would have been around?
That's my point. So this is a great topic when you talk about opportunity versus excuses. Acting, same thing. Yo, man, listen, I want to get down with the acting thing. I want to do the acting thing. And I always say to them, you got to understand, Norm, you said it best. You ain't really ready to put in the work.
Yeah.
You're really not ready to put in the work. Acting, film, television is not an easy business. It is not an easy business. It got nothing to do with a voice I have, a body I have. Got nothing to do with that. What it comes down to is being able to produce what needs to be produced.
That's it. In building up a great work ethic, I learned that over the years. And it's funny, I run into people I went to high school with, and they said, "Yo, one thing I like about you," and this is whether they mess with me or not.
Yes.
One thing I always liked about you is you stayed consistent.
Yo, I gotta get that up.
The same thing you was doing and going for it in high school is the same thing you're doing now and everything, and you see the growth. You saw, and they always say that, and I tell people all the time, it's important to not only be persistent in your goals, but to be consistent.
That's correct.
And a lot of people, they don't have the stamina to actually do what they say they want to do.
Right.
Yes.
All these dreams that they say they have, and I'm gonna start my own business, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna be a boxer, I'm gonna be an actor or whatever like that. They don't have the stamina when it comes to be an actor.
Yeah.
You got to know how to read.
Yo,
to be an actor,
he's right.
Not only do you have to know how to read, you have to be able to understand and comprehend what you're reading.
Yes.
All right. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to switch your emotions on and off to be an actor. And these are things that are easily said, but it takes practice. You can switch your emotions on and off to be an actor. It takes practice. Some people will not take the time to hone their craft tight.
Right.
Because they have a microwave mentality, they expect everything just to be handed to them. Whatever.
Let me clap that.
Y'all said that this morning.
Without really putting in the grind of what it takes.
My God. Yes.
And go ahead, Will.
All of us possess potential. That's every single person that you know. The way you convert potential into action is consistent, repetitive behavior. Everyone has a dream. Everyone has things that they want to do and has the potential. But as we know, 10,000 hours before you can even approach mastery. So whatever it is that you're doing, if you have not done it for at least 10,000 hours, you're not even at zero. The word consistency is so key.
It is.
Your back gave out, Dawood. What time's the show? You had an asthma attack, Norm. What time's the show? Jackie, you lost somebody. What time's the show?
Correct.
D, you pulled something in. What time's the show?
Right.
See, this is something that I don't talk about often, but I'm going to talk about it now. Either you have it or you don't. To my BKS1 Radio family, when you're on your picnic, we're here. When you're on vacation, you're here. President's Day, you cut on the show is here. Blizzard, rain, it sounds silly, but let me tell you something. When you look into a one man or woman's eye, they either got the grind or they don't got the grind. And I get a little emotional because it's not nothing to talk about. I'm gonna look at you and see if you got it, or if I want a fence, Dawood. We'll see. Either you got it or you don't. Young people, I'm gonna be dead and gone, but let me tell you what I got going for me. Intestinal fortitude and hellified work ethic that I got. My father died on his way to work. You either got it or you don't. You can pretend like this microwave Instagram, you have no talent, you have no artistry, no nothing, and your little 15 minutes of fame is gonna get you something, right? It's not. You have to practice, you have to be excellent, and you have to be there. Finally, whenever a great opportunity comes, most of the time you're at 20-30%. Right? You're never at 100%. Never ever. When we're on the radio, we're never at 100%. But you can't tell, because when that light switch go off, we on. Either I get a little emotional. Stop talking. Show me what you have done, not what you gonna do. Can you put me on, Dawood? Can you tell Norman? No. You're a hater. You're this. You're that. Because when you sleeping, when you in your bed, when you procrastinating, I'm here. Are you? That's it.
Absolutely.
Go get it.
You know what? I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this as an example. I'm gonna use myself before because I'm about to go in on somebody else. But I'm gonna use myself first.
Okay.
All right. Earliest situation in my life, whereas I'm getting my music thing started and I'm making my music and my songs and all this, doing my demos and all this, and then I went to a major convention in New York when they used to do the Vibe conventions. So it was the very first one I was at. You know, that was ran by Quincy Jones, and that's when Quincy Jones used to own Vibe. And I actually came there, and Vivica Fox was speaking, and this and this and that, and I was meeting all these influential people and the whole nine. And then I go to a phone booth. And the phone booth next to me. So you know this is old when I said I went to a phone booth, right? So I go to a phone booth. Yeah. Okay. And the person next to me was Quincy Jones.
Okay.
I'm in, you know, so I don't get starstruck. Anybody?
Right.
I'm not groupie S. Yeah. None of that.
Okay.
But for him, this is somebody I see as a mentor. And it's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because of him. I study him and the whole nine. So when I met him, I was like, hey, how you doing, Mr. Jones? And blah, 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 blah. He said, hey, how you doing, young man? Blah, blah, blah. He said, well, what brings you out here? I said, oh, the Vibe convention, want to be around. He said, what do you do? I said, I'm a producer and I'm a writer. He said, oh, wow. He said, great. He's like, I do that too. Right? So I'm laughing and we having a good laugh. He said, okay. He said, give me your demo. Give me some of your work. I said, I don't have nothing on me right now.
Wow.
And he said,
he said, one of those.
Opportunity.
He said, that's the problem. He said, you always have to be ready, young man.
Opportunity.
Fact.
You always have to be ready.
Because it's going to come to you when you least expect it.
You were ill prepared, sir.
That's right.
And I wasn't prepared. So, being a good brother, he gave me his number. He gave me his phone number.
As he should have, because maybe he saw the potential.
He saw it in your eyes, the grind, like Boo said.
But he gave me his number. But the fact, he said, listen, you always have to have your resume with you.
Wow.
He said, in the case for what you do, because you're into music, you always have to have your music with you. That's your resume. He was like, because.
So he gave you a nugget.
Yeah. He said, because, you know, not saying I'm the end all, the be all. This is what he said. He said, but you never know when this opportunity may occur again.
Right.
Facts.
He says, so just chalk today up. This is what he said to me, as a missed opportunity.
How did that make you feel? That made you feel like S, didn't it?
So this is the young Norm. And I say all this to say that recognize one, when an opportunity is looking at you, and also be prepared. Always be prepared. And especially when you're into this entertainment game or whatever the case may be, keep your resume in your car. It don't even have to be entertainment. Keep your resume in your car. You know what I'm saying? Be ready to state your case to those that matter.
Mine is always on my phone. I can email it to somebody just with the push of a button. That's one. Second, to your story. So we're here. A lot of people come through this radio station, right? For dreams, opportunities, whatever. They come here, and I've seen it. They're ill prepared. Norm will say, well, we got such and such coming in. I want you guys to tell me what you think. It's never about him. He never takes it's what I say, go. Right. He'll give us the opportunity to say, hey, listen, I want y'all to give me y'all opinions on these people that I'm bringing in here. Just say if they're doing an internship, they want to come on to a show, they want to be a second or third chair. He always give them the opportunity, and he never is the judge, so to speak, with the gavel. It's all of us collectively. And I'm always the one, well, get them a chance. Maybe they're just a little scared. But if you have it, you have it. I've always been one of those who will just try anything. If somebody say, I think you'll be good at it, okay, I'll try it. Because you never ever know what the opportunities is going to bring out of that. You never know the people you're going to meet, the relationships you're going to build. And I'm sorry to say it, these young people just ain't got it. They just ain't got it.
And just to add to that real quick.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to keep it 100. Very, very influential person. Came here, whatever, did an interview with us, whatever. And they're recommending somebody, right? So they recommended somebody. It was like, you know, they were really building them up. So they brought the person here, the whole nine. And, you know, we met him, whatever. Cool, nice, whatever. And it's funny. This one right here, right? She looks at me after the show.
Yes, she was on that.
She goes, she ain't got it.
And it wasn't hate.
I said, huh? Jackie goes, she looks at me, she goes, Norm, she ain't got it, right? And so I'm like, no, I'm gonna give it a chance and blah blah blah. And plus the person that recommended this person,
somebody is you influenced.
Yeah, it was somebody, I'm in high regards, and we cool. So I said, I'm gonna do a love. I'm gonna give her a shot. Give her a shot.
Right.
Let me tell you something. When you show up the first day to work or an internship or whatever, high, smelling like weed, smelling like weed,
not good.
You're gonna get shut down for me. I'm gonna see this as a pattern that's gonna keep continuing, right?
Not good.
And so then if I tell you about it and I make jokes about it, and then the next time you don't come on your A game after being told, I see this is gonna be a pattern. So now I get hit up. Why don't you text me? Why don't you call me? You didn't return my call. You wanna know why? I see you ain't serious.
Right.
Okay.
I see you ain't serious. This is why you didn't get a call back.
Right.
I don't really think you got a good work ethic. This is why you didn't get a text back. I don't think you realize the opportunity you're being given. All right. Check the resume. Now listen. I'm humble as hell. But you know the old thing, Google?
Yeah, Google me.
Google what? No, not even me. No, not even me. Google what this great team
that's what the thing
has
says.
done.
Google me. People be like, Google me.
10 years. We've been in business 10 years.
Yeah.
All right. So regardless of the hate, the copiers, the this, that, whatever the case may be, we've been in business 10 years. Google.
Yeah.
So that's all she had to do, and realize some of the things she could be attached to if she gets on her A game.
Nobody's gonna do that.
They're
not gonna do that.
And she was young, so
there is someone sitting in a cubicle right now, under them fluorescent lights that steal your soul, looking at a boss that you can't stand and they can't stand you. Let me tell you something. If you have something that you want to do, right, put time and effort into your dream. So if you got a Linda Carter, right, as Jay always says, you should also have a Dawood or a Norm. That is something that you love. Feed and give energy to the thing that you love. That's the first thing. Second thing, find out who and what you are and work that. I am a fencer, 47 years old, broke down, fat, whatever, but that's who I am. You understand? You ask me something about fencing, I'm there. Johnny on the spot. Why? Hours and 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 hours of work. So whatever your dream is, you got to be able to put time into it when no one is looking. Last, I've always said this. My dream is to be doing what I've been doing now. Thank God I didn't get this opportunity in my 20s because I would have wasted it. Young people, if you don't practice, if you don't put time in, you're not going to be prepared. The reason that people can produce instantaneously is because of the 10,000 hours of practice that you don't see. This is not arrogance. You put a microphone in front of the crew, 3, 2, 1, boom. Ain't no teleprompter. Ain't no earpieces. Ain't nobody telling us what to say. When a news issue comes across the desk, 2, 1, let's go. Then the next day I turn on my television and look at something that my squad already covered. Is that arrogance? No, that's preparation. If you got something that you want to do, if you don't feed it and if you don't water it, it's not going to come to fruition. So I'm talking to the person that's on their route right now, in their job right now. Decide what you want to do and put just as much time into your Linda Carter as you do to your soul.
To repeat that?
Okay.
Put as much time into your Linda Carter as you do your soul, your Clark Kent. So that means this. If you are 40 hours at work, you should be 40 hours on your dream. What do I mean? Thinking about it, doing your dream, preparing for it, discussing it. You should give mental time. And what happens is the universe is going to recognize what's your intention. And what's going to happen to your Linda Carter is going to go like this, and your dream is going to go like that.
And if you really about your craft and trying to be successful and trying to be a entrepreneur and all of this, and the biggest excuse, and again, we're talking about people that make excuses for everything.
Right.
Do not let finances be an excuse. And I'm saying this from somebody that lived there. I'm talking from experience.
You ain't lying.
I never let finances be an excuse for anything. All right, so and this is my whole thing. When people was charging me outrageous recording studio prices, you know, and I was a producer, and I just want to take my drum machine and get in the studio and have a professional type song or whatever, and they was charging me $150 an hour, and then I had to buy the reel. That's when they had the big fat reels, and I had to buy the reel before I did the studio session. So the reel itself would cost $150, and then I'm paying $150 an hour to be in the studio, and I had to be in the studio for 10 hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
For 10 hours. So you add that up. So I said, you know what? Never again. I will get my own recording studio. I will have my own recording situation, whatever, where I'm not paying this money because I really want to do this. So I found a way to invest into myself. So only use your Clark Kent job and your Linda Carter job to invest in yourself.
Yes, invest in
yourself. If you got a dream, use them like they're using you.
Right.
Stop. Don't make excuses. Well, I can't do this, so I got to do this or whatever. And don't say, well, I got 5 kids, so I can't do this. I don't have the time to do this. Yes, you do. Google Kathy Hughes. Google how many kids she had. Google all the adversity she had to face. Google everything she dealt with. And every time we turn on TV One or listen to Radio One, you're listening to what Kathy Hughes has built.
Wow.
It's hers. So this is what I'm saying. Stop with the excuses, man. Stop with the excuses. If you got a God-given gift, if there's something you are skilled at, don't use the fact, well, I've been incarcerated, I've been locked up, I can't do this and that. They're not going to give me a chance. You know what? Then create your own lane.
Listen.
Create your own lane. With
there you go, bro.
The only lane you can master is your own.
Shut it down. Create something that they can't shut
yourself.
down.
Create yourself.
There you go.
So
create yourself.
I'm gonna say this with that. Norm was 100% correct in saying that. We're gonna go back, let's say 19 years ago. I was 30, turning 31. I opened up a salon. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even have my cosmetology license at the time when I opened the salon. I opened it. I just happened to be riding down the street. I was working for a pharmaceutical company, and I was getting paid quite a lot of money back then. Trust me, they were really paying me. I felt like I was robbing them, to be honest. So I drove down the street. I looked to my right, and I said, if this place is here in the next couple of days, I gave myself 5 days. I said, I'm gonna go and ask them, what, you know, how much is the rent, because I want to open up my own salon. I have been doing hair since I was probably about 18, 19 professionally. I got the opportunity to open up my salon. The rent was like $750. I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't even know how I was going to pay that, but I knew if I opened the doors, they would come. So, and I had the skills. So I think maybe 2 years in, I went back to hair school. I went to hair school the first time. I didn't get my license because, like a dummy, I thought they was just going to give it to me once I graduated. Didn't know I had to do a state board and all that kind of stuff. So the second time I went, I said, okay, I know what to do now. I breezed through school because I keep information. I especially if I'm liking the thing that I'm doing, it's going to stay here. If I don't really care about it, it's in one ear and come out the other. So that was my craft. I said, let me get this business. I had it for 2 years. I went and got my license. Had my license ever since. Even though I do not do hair on a regular basis anymore, I keep my license because I went to school for that. You will never be able to take that away from me. So the moral of the story is, I had something inside myself where I didn't want to work for anybody anymore, and I took a chance. So when someone presents opportunities to you, or God, whomever, drops something in your lap, sometimes don't second guess it. My mother used to say, study long, study wrong. Okay? When someone gives you an opportunity and they're basically handing you something on a silver platter and you don't go for it, that shows me the type of person you are.
Worst thing you could be is lazy at your own growth.
Bro,
wow.
The worst thing you could be.
Dropping knowledge today, honey.
Lazy dreamers
about that
will never wake up.
Wow.
A lazy dreamer will never wake up.
Lied about that.
And yeah, because you have to, when you make excuses and you're given an opportunity, or somebody sets something up big for you or whatever, and all you have to do is one thing: show up.
One thing.
All you have to do is you got one job. Just show up.
One job.
And your excuses become, my car is broke. or this happened, or whatever. They got public transportation, they got Uber now, they got this, that, or whatever, or just simply say,
or call a friend.
I need to get there, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So when I see this lazy, lackadaisical behavior for somebody that says they want so much, and I want to be this, and I want to do this, and whatever like that, you're not putting no real effort towards your goal and dream. Nobody can help you.
Okay.
Because you're not helping yourself.
I'm gonna be transparent. Norm called me. Was that in January? You sent me a text.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to say, let's go back a year and a half. I would come here. Norm would call me and he'd say, Jay, could you fill in? Such and such couldn't show up. I'm Johnny on the spot, right? He called me. He sent me a text. He said, hey Jay, I need you to show up for me today. Now, I was a little late when he called me. I said, Norm, I cannot come today because I have an important meeting that I have to go through. I cannot miss this meeting. What happened was I was getting unemployment, or trying to get unemployment, because I had lost my Linda Carter. So I said, I have to go here. I cannot miss this date. You know, they give you one of those things where you got to go down there and you got to sign up and you got to sit in this little 2-hour thing, 2.5 hours. You cannot miss that, right?
No, you can't.
So I said, but if you need me for tomorrow, tell me the time. He said, I need you here at 9 o'clock. I was here at 8:45. I was here at 8:45. I said, you got it. I'm there. No problem. So, and I didn't know it was going to parlay into me being a part of the Man Cave Morning Show. It was just me just showing him the opportunity. Like, okay, no problem. Because now I meant to say, some months before that, we had talked about me coming back and possibly doing my own show. We had talked about that. He like, send me the stuff. I sent him the stuff. We just couldn't connect. He's busy. I'm busy. And when he presented this opportunity, I said, Norm, you got it. Anytime you need me, I'm there. I wasn't working at the time, so why not, right? Then he said, okay, Jay. A couple of days, passed. He said, well, could you come tomorrow? I said, sure, why not? And that's how I ended up coming back into the fold, all because of an opportunity. And I didn't let anything get in the way. So, and one of my friends is listening. I was actually working in his store. and I told him, I said, listen, Mondays, because I think I had just gave Norm Mondays and Fridays or something like that. Right. And Norm was like, okay, fine. And I had told him, I said, now this is going to be an everyday thing. So if I have to come there, it's going to have to be after the Man Cave Morning Show, because I committed myself. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about opportunity and knowing when the time is right to move on it.
But the thing is, and once you get an opportunity, you have to water it. You have to take that seed and keep watering it and nurture it and make it grow or whatever. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know if I stop you on the street and say, hey, I heard you paint.
Yeah.
I need my house painted or whatever.
Yes.
You think you can do this in a certain amount of time and blah 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 blah. And if you a painter, if that's what you do, tell me a house that you painted.
Yes.
Be ready to talk to me.
Show your stuff
about your skill set or whatever, or have some pictures or something like that. And some people are so ill prepared, man. It's ridiculous.
In the immortal words of the late great prophet, black and ugly as ever, however, I stay Gucci down. See, I live on the other side of however. Not on the first side, but on the second side. I may be black, I may be ugly, but I am here. Decide who you want to be, what you want to do, believe in yourself. Don't tell anyone else, because people will steal your dreams.
This is true.
But tell yourself, practice, make a determination, and watch the universe open up. Now, if you are weak, if you are afraid, if you ain't got no work ethic, please sit down and let other people that do move. However, if you know you are not where you're supposed to be, stop being afraid and bet on yourself. The same hours that you give to the man, to the job, to your spouse, to your religion, to your family, to your relationships, give it to your dream. That's not arrogance. The world will catch up. If you are living in fear and in denial and in pain, no. Decide whatever it is that you want to do and work towards it, or live in regret. You cannot tomorrow is not promised to you. We're living in a crazy, crazy world. But I tell you what, you ask me who I am, I'm gonna tell you. I ain't perfect. By no means. I make mistakes, but I can certainly tell you
absolutely
who I am, what my principles are, and what I stand on. So if you're listening to the show now, if you're a gardener, if you're a mechanic, whatever, if you're a painter, go get it.
Right.
And let me say this to you, and one thing I've learned. All right. Money is not success.
Right.
Stop equating money to success, because it's not. All right. Success, if you can wake up every morning and you're doing your passion.
Yeah.
All right. If you're making $1 from doing something you like to do, something you love to do, something you dreamt about doing, if it's $1, you are successful.
That's correct.
You are successful. If you bought a pair of pants, if you bought sneakers, if you bought a shirt, right, from money you made of doing something you like to do, you have reached success.
Okay.
So when I this hat, this shirt, whatever like that, this was bought through the stuff I done through entertainment.
Right.
So, you know, on that level, you're successful. Stop equating the money to success, because it's not true.
Real quick, do we recognize opportunity when it comes, or do we make excuses? That's our topic. What's a greater way to present this than to talk about people that are dying, right? Listen to what I'm about to say this, guys. You got people out here that are dying, right? Health reasons, right? We talked about mental health. We talked about Norm with his new music. Talked about Jackie getting a license. Woo's fencing. Let's talk about it in reference to a totally different thing, staying on the subject. I get people that call me and say, hey, I need to lose weight. How much do you charge per session? I don't go into the money. I want to talk about, first of all, is this opportunity going to be to save your life, or you want to lose weight for a wedding, or are you just trying to change your life habits? No, I'm diabetic. All right, so when they tell me they're diabetic, I already know they got to lose weight. I'm going to try to speed this up. I already know they got to lose weight, things of that nature. So they're going to have to be with me longer. So that causes me to create a different price range, which is an opportunity for them to come aboard on the program. What always happens is the day that they're supposed to show up, I get a phone call. And now you went from me giving you an opportunity to get your diabetes under control, your high blood pressure under control, get rid of this edema, which is where your body's holding on to water because your body doesn't process salt correctly, right? The day of, I had to take my daughter to school. You knew you had a daughter. If your daughter 3, you knew you had a daughter 3 years ago. Exactly. So you got to take your daughter to school 3 years later. Point being, some people, it doesn't matter about the opportunity. It's about how they see the opportunity and the benefit of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to clap that up.
That's the difference.
Right.
I'm going to clap that up. I'm going to clap that up.
That's the wrong intention.
Yeah.
Wrong intention.
Yeah. And then another thing that kills me is like, all right, so you get an opportunity to do something you really like to do.
Okay. Right. Or need to do.
All right. So you get in that space of the opportunity, and you find every reason in the world why this ain't right.
You ain't lying,
you try to look for every problem in the world or every situation.
You ain't never lied.
Yeah. Oh, they got there's paper on the floor. Oh man, they got a scratch right there in the table. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh wait. They got sparkling water instead of regular water in here. I don't know about these people. I don't know. You make up just dumb-ish of why not to seize this opportunity. Right. You know, and I see this all the time where people just make excuse after excuse after excuse, and they'll talk themselves out of a situation.
Yes.
They'll talk themselves out of a good situation or something they can parlay into a situation.
Right.
Because of fear.
Right.
Fear that they're not going to be able to perform the way they thought they would.
Absolutely.
You hear me?
Absolutely.
Fear that they're not going to be able to perform the way they thought they would.
Absolutely.
So well put, man.
And the biggest, the saddest thing in the world is someone that doesn't believe in themselves.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's the saddest thing in the world.
Yo, that's so true.
And then you go around finger pointing and blaming others for your failure.
Oh.
Wow.
And to take from Wu, you are responsible for the conditions in your own life.
That is correct. That is correct.
I'm saying
that is correct.
I'm just trying to keep it 100.
And you kept it 100 times 10.
I highly recommend failure.
100 times 10.
I highly recommend failure is your friend. But fear is your enemy.
I've had 3 businesses, and I can honestly say that one of them was quite successful. And after I did that for 10 years, I said, okay, let me move on to the next thing that I can possibly do. For each decade in my life, I decided to go into different things. The next phase of my life was acting. Someone just came up to me and they was like, hey, I'm doing a movie. I would like to put you in it. I said, great. That's a part of my bucket list. Never did that before. So people present all these opportunities to me, and these guys always tell me something because it's the pretty girl syndrome. Hey, I'm going to use it for what it's worth, whatever. If it get me in the door, so be it, because then I can show you what I bring to the table. So nobody really knows what you can bring to the table until you show up. If you don't show up, you can't be heard. So Norm, like I said, give people a lot of opportunities. He know a lot of people in this business. He's been around this business forever. So when he puts something at your doorstep and you miss that opportunity, blame it on yourself. Don't blame it on him.
And the number to this show is 646-233-1302. We say one more time.
646-233-1302. Call in. Man Cave Morning Show.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. Let's read some comments. You got some comments up?
Yes, sir.
Let's read some of the comments.
All right. Robin Starr, you will find problems with opportunity when you're not prepared.
Yeah.
Michael Lamont.
Well said.
Opportunity is only a plan B after plan A dependency has failed. Paul Joseph Williams said, failure builds character. It teaches you what not to do again. And Deborah Holland says, I remember putting this young rising singer on him with a music producer, and she was to do an opening act for Chris Brown, and she said no because she was too bashful, but she wants to be a singer. Shaking my D head.
Wow. Yep, miss opportunity, and what you do, you move on and find somebody else who wants to do it. See, I don't understand that. Like Norm shared the story with Quincy Jones. You need to be prepared. And for those that know people, like my daughter sings everything. It's always an opportunity. I'm like, hey, bust the song for somebody, and she sometimes doesn't want to do it, and I'm thinking, but you sing. This is what you told me you want to do. So I don't understand that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you an opportunity. I've run into people just like Norm runs into people. A lot of times we're at events and I'll have them come out, my family support, just like everybody here on this panel will bring their family, and I present to you an opportunity and you don't want to do it, or you roll your eyes at it, thumb your nose at it, so I can't help you.
Let me tell you something. And when it comes to, opportunity and this or whatever, one reason, if think about this, right?
Okay, I'm listening.
I've actually never asked anyone, not anyone, to support me or to support my own endeavors. I never asked. I'll post. I'll do whatever. I never asked anyone to support me. And I see a lot of people saying all the time, "Oh, come on, support me." Blah 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 blah. If either this how people either see you.
Yes.
Either what you do, your product is good.
Yes.
Right. Agreed.
Or it ain't.
Right.
Or they don't want to support it because it's you.
Yo, you ain't never.
It could be the greatest thing in the world.
You ain't never.
It could be the greatest thing in the world. They don't want to support it just because it's you.
Right.
Wow.
If it was him and it's the same exact thing, I'm gonna support that.
Yo, you ain't never lied.
Complete stranger. But I just don't want to support it because it's you.
I will never understand
that. But see, that's the mentality. So I don't.
Yeah.
I've never asked for support. If you do, and when you do something, you do it because you want to do it.
True.
This is why I don't ask.
Yes.
So, and this is why I respect anybody or whatever that takes the time that if they support something I do, I appreciate you and I love you for it.
Right.
But if you don't, I appreciate you and I love you for it.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not going to affect you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if I support you, or if I do something or whatever, like, it's because I want to do it from the heart. I don't expect that.
Right.
You feel me? Like I don't expect it.
Yes.
Right.
I'm just supporting you, or I'm doing something for you, whatever. And people soon forget. You know what I'm saying? They quickly forget some of the things you have done for them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they quickly forget, and then you're only as good as your next deed that you've done for them.
Wow. Oh my God. Say that again.
You feel me? So like, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man. You know, just start creating your own lanes. And if you got a skill, a talent, a craft, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, develop it. Let it grow. Stop being lazy when it comes to yourself.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be lazy, if your mother or father says, you know, pick up these clothes or whatever, like, you're gonna be lazy, okay. But if you got a talent, a God-given talent, you're gonna be lazy with your own God-given talent, you don't even deserve that shit, man.
You're right.
I'm just keeping it real.
And your talent only becomes, and your talent and your gift only becomes more evolves the more you do it. So the more opportunities that are before you, like I used to be, and a lot of people don't believe this, but I used to be shy to sing. And I'm
you
not
have a
talking
very beautiful
about
voice.
Thank you, Jackie. You just made my day.
You do. I've watched your show.
So
yeah,
that just made my day. Now I got to get back to my thought. Oh, we got a caller. Go ahead. We got a caller. Take this call.
Caller from the 404. State your name where you calling from. You're the Man Cave Morning Show.
Is Demetria ATL Beverly?
Hey, Demetria. Welcome to the show. What's up?
Hi.
Hey, I was just calling to come in. I don't know what the first topic was. I missed it off your sleep. But I was coming on the second topic about missed opportunities. And I just think it depends on the situation. It's like kind of what you guys said. Because I've seen people make an opportunity when there was no opportunity. I've seen people miss an opportunity when it was right there slapping them in the face. So, you know, because me, it just depends on the situation. Like me and my sister, my dad always wanted to be a rancher. He always wanted to own a ranch. He was a black cowboy, my dad was. But when we were born, he gave up all of that to take a regular job at Orange Corners, and he worked his way from the line to management. So when he died, when we were younger, but when we got older, we decided that we wouldn't let his dreams be dead on us. We weren't into horses and all that stuff, but I'm a writer by nature, and my sister, she was a designer. She opened her own graphic design firm, and I became an author. And we basically we made our dreams happen so that his dream didn't stop with us and kept moving forward.
Let's clap that up.
So we made opportunities for ourselves.
Okay.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about, making them opportunities for yourself. That's what it's about.
So we appreciate you calling and let us know about your dad dream, and how even though you guys didn't transition into owning a farm and horses, you took his goals and you changed them around and got your own goals, which is fine. Because you still are showing some type of business know-how and some type of opportunity that your dad placed in you. But this we talking to Jenna, we want to thank you for calling in. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm talking to my husband.
Oh, okay. So we want to thank you, Demetria, for calling in. We appreciate it. And this is what we're saying. Have a good day, honey.
Have a good day.
And we
thank you.
You're welcome, honey. So this is what we're saying. We're saying this. When you're presented with an opportunity, especially when it involves something that you may have wanted to do, but no one presented it to you, and they see something in you, and if you don't jump on it and your life spirals out of control because someone gave you an opportunity, you can't fault them. Look inside yourself.
And once an opportunity is presented to you, right, you have to consistently practice the opportunity because you can lose it. Just because it's bright and sparkly, you have to be consistent in whatever it is that or the opportunity that God gave you, you will lose because you're not consistent in what you're doing.
Speaking of opportunities, what's coming up?
July 4th, be at Cedar Brook Park. It is going down. The Music in the Park concert by the city of Plainfield, New Jersey.
But before that, the 23rd.
Thank you. I was just looking
23rd.
at it.
Who owns the mic?
That's what thank you.
Express Lounge, 301 Richmond Street, New Jersey is going to be off the hook. The last one, Jackie was there. Incredible.
I had a great time. You need to be there. Tickets are only $10. Okay, you get in, you get those advanced tickets. You even get to eat with that advanced ticket.
Free buffet.
You get to eat a free buffet, and the food is amazing.
Let me tell you, the food was good as hell.
Well, if you buy 2 tickets, you get that ticket to somebody else, but we don't care as long as you buy 2 tickets.
What'd you say, Will? As a fat man on the panel, I bear witness. The buffet was off the
It was amazing, and the place itself is beautiful. I mean, we had a great time. If you know someone who can sing, who can do spoken word, what else do they? Hey, whatever act they have, you can tell them about this. They can come out, they can sign up, and guess what? They invite their family and friends. They can come and have a good time. And guess who's going to be there? The BKS family will be there. So you'll get to meet all of us. You'll get to talk to us. You'll get to have fun with us. Last time,
hang out,
last time Allure was there.
Allure performed live.
Oh my God,
yeah,
it was amazing.
But they're coming back for a full set.
July 4th.
July 4th, it's going to be Off the Hook, Cedar Brook Park.
Yes.
You know how they do the big concert in the park. This year, it's going to be Sky.
Yes.
Legendary group Sky. You know, here's the you and let's celebrate.
Real love.
Yeah, yes. It's going to be Surface. Only you can make me happy. Yeah, it's going to be Allure. All cried out over you. Allure going to be doing their full set, though, that day, and some old school classics. But it's going to also be Jay Chosen from NBC's The Voice. Incredible singer. It's going to be Steve Lavelle. We got 3 bands in the building, diverse bands. We got one top 40 band. Shout out to the New Jersey Connection. Band is going to be in the building, rocking out. Salsa band, a hot salsa band called Rock Control. It's going to be in the building. And coming in from Brooklyn is this Caribbean reggae calypso band called Kasplash. It's going to be bananas.
July 4th. So if you don't have anything to do and your money's a little tight, because we know that's the beginning of the month, rent. So come out, enjoy, have a good time, get to meet the BKS1 family and everything. Hey, Norm, question. Are you doing T-shirts like you did before? You gonna have
I may surprise people. I'm gonna throw some stuff out.
Nice. See, look at that. All right. So you can only get that if you actually come to the July 4th outing, the parade, Cedar Brook Park. Yes, it's going to be a parade first, and then as soon as that parade is over, we're going to head to the park. So come out, get your food together, get your little, what is those little coolers? Get your coolers, come there, and bring your chairs. Don't forget to bring your chairs. You know, everybody got them little lawn chairs. Bring those, have a good time, bring all the kids, and then it's going to be fireworks. An amazing fireworks show at 9 o'clock sharp, right? 9 p.m. 9 p.m. sharp.
It's going to be a full day in the city of Plainfield.
It's going to be a full day.
No matter where you at, New York, Connecticut, Philly, come on out.
Yes.
It's going to be Off the Hook, playing from New Jersey. It's going to be a great time, full of nothing but fun, music, entertainment. It's going to be off the chain.
Yes.
All right, so we want to thank everybody for joining us today. And remember, this show's never about us.
It's always about you.
Because you are the next best kept secret. We out of here. We see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Blessings.
Yes.
And I appreciate and love all of y'all, man.
Happy Monday. And remember, don't miss those opportunities.
Yes. Time to glow up, y'all. Glow up, people. Glow up.
I like that.
Real hip hop, baby. Hey.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouvet.
I'm paying you later.
Hey, I'm the queen of comedy some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming on. This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl